So, hello guys, welcome back to Rage Against the Dice. Today is something a bit different. We are making terrain. As you can see here, I have some GW style bases. I have some generic screws that I picked up from your local cheap shop. In this case, B&M's or Home Bargain, somewhere like that. I have some green stuff. I have some liquid green stuff. I have some paper clips. And I have an assortment of tools. What we're going to be making today is Cactus, or Cacti, for Malifaux, Legends of the Old West, Tombstone, which we're really looking forward to by Black Scorpion Miniatures. So yeah, I'm not going to film this all, in terms of I'm not going to stand here and have the camera set up while you watch me do it step by step. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do each step. I'm going to show you exactly what I've done, so that you can get a feel for how to make your own. If it's something that interests you guys, we will put on our WordPress a full step-by-step instructions guide up. So I'm just going to start this off, and then I'll come back and show you where we are up to. So this is the next step. As you can see, all I've done is I've screwed the screws themselves up through the bases, and then on the smaller ones I stuck a 2p piece, your basic British 2p piece, going underneath just to add a little bit of weight, and also to give them a bit more height in terms of using for scatter terrain. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to take the paper clips and I'm going to make some arms for them. But before that, what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to wrap the whole screw in like electrical tape or some kind of tape, just so that when I put the green stuff on, it doesn't catch the shape of the spirals. So I'll do that next, and then we'll come back and have a look at it. So welcome back to the next stage. We learned a few things. The first one being don't use slotter bases because they will split. So I've glued them direct to the 2p piece. You can still see some of the glue where they were originally glued to the bottom of the base. So what I would advise, if you're going to use bases, try and use this size one or any with that kind of lip instead of the slotter base. So what we've done is I've wrapped them around with the tape. You can see that they've got sort of different fatnesses going up and down. Now that's how a cactus should be. So certainly if you get that effect, don't freak out and don't worry about it. And then what I've done is I've used paper clips, but you can use anything like wire or anything like that just to make the little arms. Now there's one thing that's my son actually brought up, which I wanted to mention, which is of course you can buy cactus or cacti. The guys who make Dead Man's Hand, they do some beautiful ones. There's also some all over the internet. What this is showing that you can make terrain, scatter terrain, that's for a budget. Wires particularly cheap, paper clips, as I got a big stack of them for about 40p from my local stationers. The nails I think were £1 or £2. The tape again, a couple like 50p a pound. The green stuff's the most expensive thing, but if you do a lot of modelling you should have that lying around anyway. So at this stage the wire's wrapped around, everything's all set for me to go at the next bit, which is the green stuff inside of it. We'll come back once we've got that done and show you what it looks like. So, as you can see, what I've done so far is I've just taken the green stuff and I've covered all the wire frames, so you've got a basic shape. You can see there I've done a few different ones. These guys down here are purely made of green stuff. There's no wiring or anything in them. These are just the excess green stuff I had left over. What I'm going to do once this green stuff dries and hardens properly is I'm going to take this GW liquid green stuff, or you can use any kind of liquid putty, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cover the whole models just to smooth them out a little bit. I may add some more green stuff, little bits, just to sort of bulk them out in little places. Once I've done that, I'm going to take this beautiful little craft knife here and I'm going to start to put some definition and some sort of shape into them by doing some very simple little lines and carvings just to make them look less putty-like and more realistic. Then I'm going to sand the bases. At that point I'm going to spray undercoat them. I'm going to use a dark green spray undercoat from the Army Painter range, just so it's given me a dark base to work on. What we're going to do now is just leave these to dry, and then we're going to get on with sort of the next steps of things. It's very simple, as you can see there. A few things to remember is if you're working with green stuff, always make sure you have a little bowl of warm water there just so you can wash your fingers, so you can do some smoothing and just to make that green stuff a bit more manageable. But we're going in the right direction. You can now see we've got some cacti-based shapes going on there. So let's see how we get on as we move further along. So welcome back. We're now at the stage where we've given them a couple of coats of liquid green stuff, and then they've been sprayed green, and also the bases have been sanded. As you can see now, they're starting to take shape. We've got a couple of different style ones there and there. And we've got this one that's got a load more to it. And it should provide for some interesting sort of different sized covers, depending on the type of game you're playing. So next thing to do is to get them painted all up, really. So we'll come back once that's done. Cool. See you in a second, guys. So here you have it. The finished products, varying different shapes, different sizes. They've just been very, very quickly dry brushed. With a couple of different Games Workshop based greens. Then the bases have been done, and then on some of the bases I just added a few little tufts of grass, as you might be able to just see there. I'll bring it, there you go. Just to give it a bit of variety, and as you can see we went for a load of different shapes. It's like your typical generic cacti or cactus style ones. There's these littler ones here. There's sort of this style there. So as you can see, just very, very quick, not too expensive, just green stuff, round bases or a coin or a bit of plastic card, something to put them on. Screw up the middle, put the green stuff around. You know, very, very quick. Paint it up, sand the bases, add a few little extras just to add, you know, bits. There's nothing to say that you couldn't use a slightly bigger base. Put 2 or 3 cactus on one base. You know, making it more like a kind of a wooded area you could hide in. You know, there's a number of different things you could do. I just wanted to show what you could do on the cheap. So I'm going to leave this here for now. We're certainly going to cover some more different things that you can make moving forward. Things like quick rocks and other stuff, especially for the Wild West side of things. Because unless you want to play with loads of, you know, the MDF laser cut buildings, so it's set in a little town or a village or one of the little hamlets or ranches, you know, it can be quite costly to buy some of the scattered terrain like cactus, like, you know, tumbleweeds and things like that. So I'm going to leave that there for now. You know, please give it a like, give it a subscribe. You can see our Legends of the Old West series that's coming soon, and watch the campaign for that. And you can also see some of the other tutorials we're going to do on how to make varying bits of terrain and things like that, using stuff you've got lying around, using stuff you might have in your modelling kit. And yeah, so pray to the dice gods and hope they smile upon you. Thank you very much for your time today, guys, and for sticking with us through this. Take care.